Greatness. Welcome to greatness, everyone. Peace. What's going on, fam? This is Aaron Workeman with the Husky Hustlers Podcast, and today we have here...
How you doing? My name is Jide Folarin, CEO of Silver Scope Company.
So, how's it going, Mr. Jide?
It's going well. What's going on? How you doing today, Mr. Aaron?
I'm doing good. It's a lovely Sunday, you know.
Always.
Talking this money, talking this lifestyle. So, the reason I wanted you on this show is because I've known you for a long time, and you've just always kept this mindset and this you just gave off this persona of a very genuine and strong leader ever since high school. Like, I saw you as a good role model for the youth. You may not know, honestly, but you and Dante Dunlap, you guys were the ones that really motivated me to want to join Alpha Achievers.
For real?
So, and once I joined Alpha Achievers, that's when life really started changing. So I really do appreciate you for coming because you're something the youth needs to see. So if you can, tell them a little bit about yourself and, you know, like what you do, where you went to college, and, you know, just a little rundown.
All right. Hey, how's everybody doing today? So just a quick rundown, you know, going back to Hammond.
Yeah.
So what I would say is what really started everything out for me was Alpha Achievers as well.
Okay.
So just being in that mindset, and one thing I always be grateful for is Alpha Achievers.
Yeah.
Because from there, Alpha Achievers is what kind of set the pace for you to be a leader. Like,
definitely.
What's the mindset? What do you want to give back? Everything's always about giving back.
Definitely.
So, you know, going back, me and Aaron went to Hammond High School, you know, then from there I transitioned to Towson University for my undergraduate, and I studied IT. So, you know, it's a little cool, you know, that's the new wave of the future. But
Yeah.
Cool, but then in between all that, you know, the hustler in me came out. I was like, I need to make money. I got to make money. I need my money.
Yeah.
So what did I do? So it was actually one of my good friends. Her name was Zena and Milan as well, two of them, right? So they used to partner promote for like promoters out there. Well, self-promoters, I like to call them. So in between that time, you know me as fellas, y'all know when we go to parties nowadays, y'all gotta pay.
Oh, definitely.
Y'all gotta pay for everything. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm tired of paying for parties. So in between all that, I started self-promoting, but just based off of me trying to use my talents and my network abilities, I was like, well, you know what? I can actually create something of my own. And boom, I think 3 years ago, it's actually going to be 3 years in December.
Okay.
I sat down there with, you know, just thinking with my laptop.
Yeah.
Just trying to brainstorm names, like what I want to call my company. I need to have my own company.
Yeah.
Pay for parties. So boom, I started out with Silver Star. I was like, well, I mean, that's cool. That's nice and all. But one name will forever stick to people's minds. So I came up with, okay, cool, Interscope. I mean, that's where you kind of take it.
Exactly.
And that's a record label. So
yeah.
Like, well, Silver Star, then Silver Scope. It's because scope is you're looking into the future, you're looking into the stars.
I got you.
And guess what? We're trying to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
So boom. So that's
good wordplay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where Silver Scope came to play, and ever since then, it's just been, you know, every single day for the last 3 years, it's been literally wake up from school, boom, Silver Scope, schoolwork, Silver Scope, family, Silver Scope. So everything kind of intertwines into one. By the end of the day, I just still got to, you know, go back to my time at Hammond. That was really kind of what shaped me, because, you know, surrounded like good people like you.
Appreciate it.
Just people like Timmy and, you know, Samuel John, all of them.
Yeah.
Just people like that, you know, those kind of people actually really energizes you. Like, well, you know what? What can I make out of myself to make myself a better person?
I got you.
And just from there, it was just that connection we all had together. You know, Hammond was a small school compared to the rest of, you know, our county. But even though it was a small school, it was a family. And since then, one thing I've definitely built my personal legacy on is just family, connection, family, and just, you know, whatever I can do to make you a better person. as long as you become a better person, that's all I care about. So,
And that's how you're winning right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You gotta care, and that's really great of you.
Yes, sir.
So for those of you who you don't know about where we come from, Hammond High School is a school in Howard County, Maryland. And Alpha Achievers, what we were just talking about, it's a program for young black high school students to get together and just better your life. We would dress up one day of the week, really focusing on the grades, doing community service, all those things, and it's really a great program. I'm not sure if it's still going on. I think it might.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah, it's powerful.
And just one time, shout out to Mr. Barrett.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Barrett really is one of the leading foundation for us.
Yeah.
To really get it kicked up. So definitely, Mr. Barrett, wherever you are right now, we really appreciate you for that.
Yeah, and Mr. Barrett, he used to stay on everyone. He wanted all the young black boys in there.
Yeah.
It really sets a great foundation for the youth, and I really do appreciate that program. It's done a lot. Shout out to Mr. Copes. He was the one that really stayed on top of me my senior year and junior year when I joined. So that's what Alpha Achievers is. So another thing, in high school and even now, I've always noticed that you were always true to yourself. You never put on like a front or acted a certain way. You were doing you, and you still are doing you, and that's what I really respect about you, because a lot of people, especially me, I caught myself pretending a lot and putting on fronts and just not staying true to myself. So how did you do that specifically?
So number one thing I could say is what it comes down to is, definitely it's all about the mindset you have. So with me being the first child, I kind of have no choice but to lay the foundation for my siblings.
Okay.
So, and also for me I was born in Nigeria. I moved to America probably around 12 years ago. Dang, it's been a long time. It's been a long time now. But yeah, so with me coming back and just the way I was raised back home was more of the alignment of, well, you're the oldest. So whatever you do, your younger siblings are going to look up to you.
Yeah.
And just the way everything kind of came together was going back to Alpha Achievers, right? Is the foundation that was kind of laid from the beginning is if you stay true to yourself, the sky's the limit for you. Once you start changing up, that's when things starts messing up.
Yep.
So if you stay true to yourself, there's a limit that you can reach. But if you stay true to yourself, you always surpass that limit, no matter what. So for me, it was more so, okay, came to that conclusion was, what am I really trying to front for?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's, okay, in the next, one thing I said was, like, I moved from Nigeria, right, is the friends who I had back home from 12, 10, 11 years ago, even when I was younger, 6 years old, nowadays, I don't even know half of them. I can't remember half of them at all.
Yeah.
So, but if I was to put myself in that position to front for them, right, me moving forward, and we all know how life works, is once you move forward, half of those people wouldn't really matter no more. And I got a question for you, right? So, of all the people you had at Hammond, right?
Yeah.
Out of your I think probably you guys had probably like 300 people in your graduation class, right?
Yeah, around there.
How many people do you actually truly keep in touch with?
And this is funny. In high school, I had a lot of friends. Now, if I'm speaking to them, I'll just use a weekly basis.
Yeah.
It's only about 4 people.
4 people, right?
Four people.
So far out of 300 people, right? So now imagine, right?
Yeah.
So who was probably in the 9th, 10th grade? I met you in Patuxent, right?
Yeah, in Patuxent.
Yeah, so we go way, we actually go way back to Patuxent.
Exactly.
So, but the thing with that is, after the 90% of the people that we quote unquote put up front for, 6 years later now, 8 years later, where are they? They don't matter no more.
Minding their business.
Minding their business,
Yeah.
doing what they're doing. But if you had messed up what you had, your own personal plans for you, that would have kind of set you back.
I get you, and
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely faced the consequences of that, because a long time I was just fronting. I was true to myself a little bit, but when I really wanted to do something that I loved and that I wanted to just enjoy myself, I always caught myself stepping back to make sure it doesn't mess up my image.
Okay.
And Now I'm finally stepping out of that shell and just going all in.
All right. And just a quick, I know this is your interview.
No, go ahead.
So,
do what you want.
But so my question is just a follow-up question is when you finally kind of put that facade, I like to call it a facade, right? When you was able to finally put that facade behind you, how did you feel? Like,
Man,
did you finally you felt like the chain was broken or?
So I think when I finally started to just say I don't care anymore, I was in the Army actually, and that's why I don't regret joining the Army at all, because you either fake it in the Army or you just have to be true to yourself in there, because they put you through a lot of tests and basic training, and at the start of that I started just becoming who I really was. And then I wanted to get out of the Army, so I was either gonna go back to the regular civilian world, faking it like I did before, or just come out hitting it hard and true to myself. So I recorded a video of me just telling people that I've always had a problem of pretending and being myself, but now I just don't care anymore. And ever since that, I posted it, and it got a ton of feedback, and people loved it. And after that, I was like, why was I hiding that whole time? And it felt like the biggest relief ever. So after I posted that video, that's when I just decided to go all in, and it felt great. The chains were broken. Life just is moving on good now. So
what you're telling me is, so that one video that you posted, right, was more of the life-changing experience moment for you?
Yeah, it was. That was the breaking point. There was steps before that I have taken that have led me to making that video, but once I actually posted that video, because I wanted to for a long time, but once I actually posted it and I saw the feedback I got, I just wasn't afraid anymore. I felt great, confident, and I still get the little jitter sometimes. But it's,
I know, but that's the part.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone.
Yeah, it is a stepping stone. I mean, because I know for me, what I could say is, so, way back when they used to be, African British scratchers, some. Way back when in, was it 8th grade, 6th, so I came in when I was in 5th grade, 5th, 6th grade, I was like, all right, cool, well, let me put on this facade. Middle school was rough. The Patuxents was rough. That was rough, so, but I could say once I actually got to high school, right, and the facade, I was like, okay, what exactly do I want to achieve in my life, right? Where do I see myself going to? Mind you, we were all still young back then, so we still have our, little youthful, like my dad always says, y'all doing youthful exuberance and whatnot, which, I don't like to agree with that, but it's the truth.
It is.
Youthful exuberance back then, but one thing I could take from this is definitely the chain being broken. Now, moving forward, right? Everything, the sky's the limit now, right?
Yeah, definitely. Now I'm just going straight up.
That's it.
Exactly. So, with you being when you were in college, and you were doing your side hustle, which was a Silver Scope, how hard was that? Because I know a lot of people in college, they complain about not getting no money, but in their free time, they're sitting around on Instagram, and they're not doing nothing but just socializing. But, so how did you do it for those people who think there's no way possible to do something on the side?
Number one, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Number one, I mean, I do know, but it's like, it's one of those, when I actually look back at it, I'm like, wait, I wonder what was I actually able to balance that out. And, truth be told, once you have one thing I can say is right now, what you have is you have the hustler mindset. That's what I always say. You always have the hustler mindset.
Definitely.
But with that also comes with organization as well. And that's something I'm still, constantly dealing with. Organization. Once you have the internal organization and your mindset of what you want, where you need to get to, then that's real. Yeah, listen, in this world, everything is all about the money, not the love of money. But, because the love of money is the root of all evil. But you still need money.
Yeah, things cost money.
Things cost money. So, it's one of those, for me, how was I able to balance it was, okay, cool, number one, my classes were actually hard. But also, it was one of those, it's two things, right? Once I get out of class and I get my work done, now what? What am I going to do? Am I going to sit around and just watch TV all day? Am I just going to... Because me, it's, if I could do something, better than somebody who could do it,
Mm-hmm.
then why am I sitting around waiting for somebody to do it?
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For example, right now, you started the podcast, right?
Yeah.
If you could do it better than somebody
Mm-hmm.
else, then what's stopping you from doing it?
Facts.
Like those people who started their things,
Mm-hmm.
why did they start it and why are they still doing it?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like you mentioned, right? People over here just and ain't nothing wrong with social media. Cause
Yeah. Oh no.
sometimes
I don't mean it like that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you need your downtime,
Definitely.
but it's more so what else can you achieve during your spare time,
Mm-hmm.
and with you achieving what you can achieve during your spare time, are you utilizing it to what you love to do
Mm-hmm.
in the future? Like I said, I like IT.
Yeah.
I like IT, like information technology,
Mhm.
but I love business a lot more.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And with me, like I said earlier today,
Mhm.
there is no time at all.
There's
We got time,
Yeah.
but we don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because there'll always be that one person who thinks they could do something. Not even who thinks who will take that step
Yeah.
to do something
Mhm.
that you yourself know that you could do better than that person.
Mm-hmm.
So if that person is doing what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
what in the world is stopping you from doing the same thing as well? So that's kind of been my mindset for the last 3 years. You know, I wake up, school, eat, pray, family, boom, silver scope, boom, silver scope, boom, silver scope. And the way things started at first was just more so, you know, well, let me make a little side money here and there, right? But there's a bigger picture to it, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably get into that very soon. But
Yeah.
there's a bigger picture behind all that, and it's not just, like I said, at first it was just making money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 3 years fast forward, the company's about to turn 3 next month.
Yeah. Which is great.
Which is time for
Time goes.
Time goes by. That's why I said we don't have time.
Yeah, you're right.
It's 3 years
Mhm.
now. I already graduated. I don't even know how I graduated.
Yeah.
I graduated, and it's like me looking back, I can actually remember everything. Like,
Yeah.
yo, what's going on?
Mhm.
I was literally just a freshman 2 days ago. Now I'm already, working full time and
Mhm.
stuff. So it's weird. It's weird though. But one thing I would say is, in order for you to balance out, number one, you just have to have that mindset.
I got
Once
you.
you have that mindset,
Mhm.
there's nothing that could stop you in this world.
Definitely.
But once that mindset, and going back to focus, right?
Mhm.
Like we said before, you found yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You found what was holding you back, and you decided everything. Because in this life, we all have choices,
Yeah.
and that's the third thing is we all have choices to make of whether you want to stay home, watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
You have choices of whether to go to class, don't go to class.
Mm-hmm.
You have choices of whether to, start something you have a passion for,
Yeah.
or you have a choice of not to do it at all.
Mhm.
So, and I definitely commend you on, taking that choice
Yeah.
to do what you want to do,
Appreciate it.
because now you know it's you following your passion.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? In this life, in this business world, your passion will make you money. It's gonna take time,
Facts.
but at the end of the day, coming back to the money thing,
Mhm.
your passion will make you money.
Mm-hmm.
If you take the right steps, though.
Definitely. No, I understand that. And that's another thing. So I talk about money a lot on my social media, and I'm starting to see that people are thinking I'm focused on the money and not the passion. But the reason I talk about the money a lot is because having money can help you achieve other things in life, and you need money to survive. So that's why I always preach the money part, because people like to hate on money.
Nah,
Like money doesn't keep the clothes on their backs.
Nah,
and-
listen, if you got money, if you got the money, we just said earlier today, somebody we both know just
Mhm.
signed a nice FD bonus.
Yeah, nice contract. Yeah,
nice
bonus.
bonus.
Yeah.
Let's go with bonus.
Yeah,
right?
nice bonus.
But if y'all check this out, right? You work 365 days a year. Well, let's just say you don't work on the weekends, right?
Mhm.
You work 260, 265
Okay.
a year. Let's say you have your PTOs and all
Mhm.
this good stuff, right? If I was to tell you that the money you could be making the entire, you working 260 days out of the whole entire year,
Yeah,
somebody's making that money in a day.
exactly. Facts.
Somebody's making that money in a day.
Facts.
So if somebody's making that money in a day, what's truly stopping you from making that in a day too?
Exactly, and that's why I preach about the money, because people settle for less too much.
Too much.
Mhm.
Too much.
And And I don't want to stray away from the happiness and the passion part because that is the most important thing in life is being happy and following your passion and your dreams. So I do still focus on that, but you need money. You have to get that hustle mentality inside you. So
I mean, it's like for me, but then again, it's one of those things that comes down to at the end of the day is, do you truly? I mean, some people they don't care about money. You know, they're content.
Yeah.
But we all know. I mean, unless you live in a far, far away island somewhere far away, there ain't no civilization, no nothing.
Yeah.
You need some capital behind you, no matter what. Because, for example, you might be working full time, right? You might not be happy with it, but you're gonna be content with it.
Yeah.
But you're not happy with it. You're only content, and with you being content, 9 out of 10 times, and not saying this is for everybody, this is the case scenario for everyone, but 9 out of 10 times, people are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yes, fact.
You're living paycheck to paycheck, and a company could literally just decide one day, guess what? I don't want you no more.
Yeah, you're gone.
And if they say they don't want you no more, honestly speaking, what would you do? Because we all know in this day and age, unless you know somebody who knows somebody that knows somebody, in order for you to get back on your feet, it's going to take time.
It's going to take time.
But if you have that side hustle, or if you follow your passion, which is making you the money, at the end of the day, whether you, or not you have your secure job that, you know, quote unquote, that's your career, that you actually went to school for, but if you still have your side hustle money coming in, you will never feel the effect of you losing your actual job.
That's some hardcore facts right there. Yeah, that's why while I was in the Army, I was still doing things on the side. So when I was ready to get out of the Army, I made sure I had money, you know, just stacked up, just so I'd be good, and I still had something coming in until I found something new. So that's some good information right there that people need to know. Even if you have a job that you love, or not that you love, even if you have a job that you're content with, exactly, my fault. Yeah, content. Try to do something on the side that'll make you a little extra money, and that can be revolved around your passion. Because pretty soon, if you keep going hard on that side hustle that is your passion, that can turn into your full-time.
Exactly, that's true.
So,
that's true. And actually, there was a story on one of my pastor actually told me, was it probably 6 months ago? He said there was a lady that was working for a company for about 20 years, right? She gave everything into the company, you know, overtime, no days off, nothing. She worked for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? Right before anniversary, right before her pension was supposed to be hit, guess what they did?
They fired her.
They let her go.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, there's a saying in this business world, it's just
business. Yeah.
It's just business. Why? Because they know if they was to keep the lady, right? She didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But if they was to keep the lady, guess what? They are going to have to pay her for the rest of her life.
Exactly.
If she lives to 120 years, they are paying her for the next 60 years.
Exactly.
So that's one thing. A lot of companies they always in for their benefit, and you're just. I like to call it a horse. Yeah. You're just working for them. Ain't no days off.
Exactly.
There's nothing. You're working. You're working to benefit that company. So, for example, a company might be making for every dollar you make, your company's making at least 3,000% more than what you make.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Let that ring in. For every dollar you make, no matter how big the company is, if you're making $1 from that company, in order for them to actually have the reason and actually have the way to pay you, they got to make it at least 3,000% more.
That's crazy.
You know, so for every dollar you make, your CEO is making 3,000% more. Yeah. Now, not saying that's every case scenario, but just know if you can't be your own CEO, you never get to your financial destination.
No, definitely. That's wow. So, with that, with your side hustle, Silver Scope, how has that grown over these past 3 years? How'd you manage to, because 3 years is a good time for a business. Most fell on their 2-year mark, so for 3 years, how'd you get it going for that long?
Okay, so luckily for me, so when I started out, it actually started out as and one thing I'll always say is this, if I actually go into it, is everything takes time.
Okay.
And for those who are actually religious or not, just let time take its course and let things fall in the right places.
Yeah.
So when I started out, first started out as just a part of a promoting company, just trying to make a little bread here and there, right? So then I was like, listen, there's a bigger picture, right? I like to call it a picture, right? There's a bigger picture than what we all see.
Yeah.
Than what we all see right now. So it's like, okay, well, can I find a way to make this company bigger than what I think it could be?
Yeah.
So cool. So I was like, all right, you know what? My team grew, and that's one thing, my team has always changed up for the last 3 years.
Okay.
Each person that's probably working, they have their own things to also want to do as well, and they have their own passions to follow as well. So one thing I always say is like, whoever's out there that's, being currently a part of Super Scope was being a past member, I really do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So, but with that, started out as a promotion company, then along the way, we started doing community drives, clothing drives, food drives. Then from there, we went to the entertainment, like the actual entertainment world. So right now, we have about 3 artists signed under a label right now. Well, under a label which is currently about to launch very soon.
Oh, nice.
In the next 1 to 2 years.
Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that. We got a magazine coming up, launching actually in spring of this year, 2019 as well.
Oh, nice.
But with all that, so I'm using magazine as an example, right? So magazine was actually supposed to launch the beginning of this year.
Okay.
But with everything takes time.
Yeah.
And one thing I realized is if you rush things, you never get to perfection.
Yeah.
So now, things with me taking my time with it as well, you know what? Cool, let's just delay this part of the project. Let's delay this part. Everything is finally coming to the right place.
Okay.
Going back to financials, right? In order for you to make things, you need money to make money.
Yeah.
So now it's like all the money, the income streams is slowly. It's not there yet. It's not where I want it to be yet.
But it's growing.
It's growing. And now, if you have it growing, you can actually use that to furnish the other parts of the company.
Yeah.
So right now, we started out from just a party promotion company to it being a multifaceted company now,
Nice.
which features, entertainment as a whole. Very soon, we'll be launching our first concert this upcoming year as well. So there's a lot of things just to get that I'm actually excited for. So just stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
From where I have one of my artists, Jan. Some shout out to you, Jide as well. Shout out to you, Mr. TZ. Also my boy Gawain. Shout out to you and Leak as well. So they all got their own things going on right now. But slowly, everything is falling together. And also shout out to my director. His name is Jemski. So when he first started out, you would think, that's how I say, if you could do something, do it so you could be better than other days. You could do better than other people do it. He started out just covering the college parties we be having. And now he's been on tour with Rico Nasty, he's been on tour with Wizkid.
Wow.
When Wizkid came down here to DC, it was the one who shut the recap with DJ Tunes, Brother Boy as well. So, he started out but he kept at it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use him as a perfect example. Also with growth, he kept at it, kept perfecting his craft each and every single day.
Yeah.
With him just doing that, I could see his growth. And with me seeing his growth, pushes me to be better than I could be. Because now I know, well, if he's doing what he's doing, he's a part of us.
Yeah.
He's growing internally.
Okay.
Guess what? In order for us to contain him, we have no choice but to grow with him.
Yeah.
So as he's growing, we're also growing as well.
That's what's up.
So with that, right now some of the projects we just got coming up very soon. Everything is going to be. It's taking time, but in due time, everything will definitely. The results will be shown now. So,
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Did it stop recording? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, it's still recording on the podcast. Do you want to grab that SD card real fast?
Yeah.
We're gonna take a short intermission, so just give it a couple seconds. We are back again. So, where did we leave off?
With the breakdown.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. The future.
Yeah.
You got you. So you got a lot coming. you've been putting in work, and it's been 3 years. A lot of people think it's supposed to happen so fast. Like, I was interviewing a rapper the other day, and we were talking about how artists think they're supposed to jump on their career and the first year is going to blow up. Like, no, it takes time in every single thing.
It takes time.
And you just got to keep pushing.
That's true. I mean, for example, you mind if I play your song? So I have one of my artists, his name is Jide Folarin.
Okay.
He's been in the game for about probably 6 years now.
Okay.
And it's one of those things I'm like, well, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when I first met him through his brother, Taylor, the DJ. I was like, all right, cool. Well, this is somebody I can actually, vibe with because he has the same hustler mindset as
I
do. Mm-hmm. So, starting off, I'm like, well, bro, how come you didn't blow yet?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, it takes time. So, this one song he had was probably one of my favorites so far.
Okay.
And I'm just going to play probably like a little quick snippet of it.
Gotcha.
So...
How long has he been rapping?
No, he's a singer. So he's been singing for about 6 years now. So 6 years. So just going back to you mentioning about how long it takes for things to flow. I'm like, well, you've been doing this for 6 years, right? And now everybody gets their own break, and they get their own break. But for example, I'm gonna use Burna Boy as an example as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
He started singing and started doing music, and he's talented. I can tell you, he's talented. And when we say talented, nowadays when people actually rap or sing live, they sound trash.
Yeah.
Nah, he's
good in all angles.
He's good in everything. Yeah. So he's been doing this for about probably 10 years now, 12 years now. He finally got his breaking point probably like 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago.
It's a process.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Just one thing I always say is always trust the process. And also always take a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If you can do those two things, there is nothing that can stop you at all.
Exactly.
It's gonna take time.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take time. But if you keep believing, because there's gonna be. So for example, for one of the weekly parties we do in Baltimore, we brought an artist named Speed Darlington. He's been doing his own thing for years now. But I could tell you he's gonna blow soon because I think this was probably maybe the first or second time he actually got a hosting gig.
Okay.
But he came and killed the show.
Oh, that's what's up.
And with him killing the show now, it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
Now him moving forward is push himself. Now he's also you have to always surround yourself with like-minded people.
Oh, that's a fact. That changes everything.
That's what changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have people who are always gonna help you grow as a person, then it's not necessarily you cutting them out of your life.
Yeah.
It's more about the process that you need and your personal destiny to get to what you need to get to is, okay, well, guess what? This person is not really doing so and so and so for my life. With me having this person so and so in my life, is this person bringing me forward or is this person pushing me backwards?
Gotcha, yeah.
And I think that's one of the, going back to, the thing with the, how many people do you actually keep a hold of from high school? I mean, I could say, what do you think was the main reasons for you to only have maybe 4 or 5 people right now?
We're just
that kind of owes you, that's your core people now.
Yeah. The reason we stuck together is, one, we were just tight since elementary school. It's mostly like AJ, Hamadou, my friend Josh, just a couple people, but me, AJ, and Hamadou, we've been close since elementary school. Like 3rd grade, we've been bros since then, and we had the same mindset. So, and we're.
And would you mind just elaborate more, just a little bit more on the mindset that?
Yeah. So for one, me and AJ have a clothing brand together. So both entrepreneurs in that aspect, and both trying to grow that as much as possible. So we have to stick together. Me and Hamadou, we both like investing. So we connect in that way. So and it's the hustle mentality. Hamadu's always been a hard worker. AJ's been a hard worker. We have our differences in the way we see things, whether it's with girls or music or whatever it may be, but that mindset of the hustle and hard work and just dedication, we pretty much have that same sense of life or perspective.
Okay. And question, right? So when when you guys were in third grade, how old were you back then?
What was that, 8 years old?
8 years old, right?
Yeah.
And now fast forward 12, 13 years later, right?
Same thing.
Same, but it's still that same mindset.
Exactly.
Because what's bringing you together is that like-minded people. And guess what? In order for y'all to stick together, right?
Yeah.
Y'all could have been, forget you. But what's kind of bringing you all together, that's holding that bond, is because you guys are like-minded.
Exactly.
And you surround. You have that one thing. I don't want to call it. I like to call it a bond, right?
Yeah.
That can be broken.
Yeah.
Why? Because what makes stronger is one is a hard worker.
Yeah.
One sees the future, and there's that trust, right?
Yeah.
So now, since all three of y'all are like-minded, and y'all have that trust, now tie that to the process.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Definitely.
And everything comes together.
Yep. Full circle.
Yeah, full circle.
Yeah. Me and AJ, when we were in elementary school, actually, this is when our business life first started. We had some lollipops and we were selling them on the turkey trot. And boy, we was making bang. Each lollipop was 25 cents. We sold a crazy amount of them lollipops.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
After that, I knew from that point that I just wanted to be an entrepreneur and do my own thing.
And that was third grade? Third grade.
Making
third grade.
Crazy money. I probably made maybe $10, $15.
But back then,
that's crazy.
That's a lot for a third grader.
No one was doing that.
No one was doing that at all.
Yeah.
Now, let's tie that back, right? So, and that's one thing I can always say is, because I noticed you made a post the other day with I think there was some websites where you could actually purchase some domains and stuff.
Oh, okay. I do digital marketing, so...
Yeah, digital marketing, exactly. So, I mean, one thing I noticed about that is, we just said something, right? So you could purchase lollipops for 25 cents, right?
Yeah.
But when you were selling them, you were, the entrepreneurial side of you came out.
Definitely.
And was like, well, you know what? If I'm selling this for 25 cents,
yeah.
or if I bought this for 25 cents, I could actually sell this for $1 or more.
Exactly.
Right? So now going back to digital marketing, would you, just tell us a little, well, tell me, even though us, the audience, I'm part of the audience too, so, but would you like to just, let us know more about that?
Yeah, so digital marketing, I do it for small businesses or people trying to grow their personal brand. So I study a lot of Facebook advertising and Instagram, YouTube advertising, Google ads, all that. So say you have a small business and you're used to that conventional way of marketing, which is putting up flyers, posters, TV ads, radio ads. A lot of that is becoming obsolete because
it is.
Everyone's on their phone. We have our phones on the table right now. Everyone's always on this phone. So running these Instagram and Facebook ads, it'll put your business in front of that consumer's eyes 24/7. So my service is mostly based on what I know. So it's really maximizing on profit. I do have to put in a little bit of labor, but there's also a way to outsource it to someone else to put in the work for me, and I just tell them what to do. So it's maximizing on that profit margin. So I would charge usually a small business around $1,000 on up to do their ads. So it's basically, I maybe take like 5 to 10 hours a week to work on that, and I'm charging them $1,000 up depending on how big that business is to do that marketing for them.
They get though.
Oh, and they're gonna make good gains too.
Their margin is gonna it's gonna come up. So now let's just tie that back to what we're saying. Okay, cool. Not even you charging them from the standpoint of the ads and the marketing itself.
Yeah.
What they're putting in is the profit they're getting from that is a greater return.
Oh yeah, it's way. They're gonna make a better return than I am. So
exactly.
Yeah,
so,
but it's great.
It is.
Yeah, so I don't want to keep the guests too long. I really want to do this again because like I said, you guys need to take notes. I'm gonna link all his social media in the descriptions of all this. You guys need to follow this man for the rest of your lives, because he is an inspiration and he's just dedicated, and he shows the process. So I really appreciate you for coming today. You've done a lot. And then, is there anything you want to say before?
Definitely, like I said, so just 3 things. Number 1, thank you for having me on the show. Number 2, this is the sky's the limit. We go places.
Definitely.
Number 2, always trust the process. No matter what you do, trust the process.
Yeah.
You need to. It's a need it.
It's the only.
It's gonna take time, but just trust the process. And also number 3 is, and this is the last part that I'm gonna let you know, is always take a leap of
faith.
That's it.
Definitely.
Because if you can't take a leap of faith, you over here just like we said in the beginning, just over here on your Facebook, just scrolling through like, well, what can I?
Yeah.
Can I do something? Listen, there's a lot of things you're talented at that's been blessed upon you, that's been destined upon you. In order for you, if you can't, it's gonna take time for you to find that. Trust me.
Yeah.
But if you take that leap of faith, you might fail, but guess what? Even in the midst of all that, you will learn something.
Exactly.
But if you take that leap of faith and you go forward with it, the sky is the limit. And definitely, look out for Silver Scope Company. We got some great and amazing things coming for you this year, 2018, 2019. And Godspeed and one love. All right.
Peace out, everyone. Have a good one. And you have just listened to the Husky Hustlers Podcast. Stay tuned for more. We have a lot of value on this channel, and I appreciate you for coming once again.
No problem, man.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Everyone have a good one.